Now, there's a lot of chatter online about Deepinder Goyal's new startup, Temple, and the company's, let's just say, unusually specific hiring criteria. Temple is building what Goyal calls the ultimate wearable for elite performance athletes. Now, this is a device that measures brain blood flow in real time with a level of precision that no current wearable, in fact, offers right now. But here's the twist. They're only hiring engineers who are basically athletes themselves. Now, Goyal says that applicants must take fitness seriously. That means body fat under 16% for men and under 26% for women to qualify. And if you're not quite there yet, you can still apply, but you're on a 3-month probation to hit those fitness numbers. And that's the idea when you talk about this. He says is simple. The people building the product should be the kind who actually push their bodies to the edge because they literally wear what they build and perfect it. Now, Temple is hiring across the board, analog systems, embedded hardware, sensor algorithms, and deep learning, neural decoding as well, you name it. But the cultural message here is loud and clear. This is not just a job, it's a lifestyle. So that's something that we'll be exploring at greater detail, but through an investment lens right now. So that's something that you're looking at right now. In fact, Arpit Agarwal, investment partner, Bloom Ventures, joins us on the show. Thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal, for taking time out and joining us this afternoon. I quickly want to try and understand what you think about this particular development. It's quite the interesting strategy that Goyal right now has. Your first take on this then?
It is not uncommon for people to be able to have a recruitment criteria that fits into the ethos of the company. If the company is orienting itself towards fitness and people who are helping others becoming high performance humans or athletes themselves, then it is not a bad idea to have that kind of filter. It allows you to, of course, also have a test market within the company. And therefore, you will have a few people who will champion your product within the organization. A lot of earlier users would come inside. They would also champion within their social circles. And that, I think, is a very good idea, for example, for a hardware company, because a lot of things do and can go wrong when you're building something like this, which is at the cutting edge of technology itself. The sensors have been around, but the algorithm requires a lot of work. And a lot of other things, for example, battery and so on, will have to come together to make it work like a long-lasting device that all of us can trust over a long period of time.
No, absolutely. That's about the entire strategy. It's a little uncommon is all. It's not exactly a bad thing here. But what I also wanted to understand from you is, are you looking at it as just a little bit of a vanity project, for the lack of a better word, or are you looking at it as a serious opportunity when it comes to a venture scale opportunity?
I don't think this is a vanity project. The state of the art, and we have been in touch with a lot of companies. We have a company in our portfolio called Ultra Human, which is building something similar, although not on Temple, but on the Ring. But there is a lot of very good market that they have managed to capture. They have become one of the largest selling product consumer electronics out of India in the world. There are companies in this, very similar companies across the world, which are making a lot of headway. There is Whoop, there is Aura, and so on. And new form factors will continue to be invented. And each of those, for example, Aura was recently valued at $11 billion. So I totally think there is a very large global opportunity. The point is, this has not been done at the scale in not more than 1 or 2 companies out of India. And that, I think, is definitely very brave. At the same time, we definitely want to believe that there is a lot of scalable opportunity. The market is global, and the world is moving in this direction very clearly.
No, absolutely. And does the novelty aspect then concern you at all at this point in time? And especially when you talk about the valuations, do you have a sense in terms of what kind of valuations this could command? Of course, we're not looking at specific numbers here. This is still in very early stages. But in terms of just a directional picture, what are you thinking of this?
See, Aura recently went to public and told people that they are $1 billion revenue company, and they were valued at $11 billion. So that could give you a benchmark to match. Whether Deepinder will be able to match that kind of valuation or not, we don't know yet. Of course, a lot more remains to be done. The technology in terms of sensors and software exists. To be able to put this together in a manner that really works for people remains to be seen. it is at least a 2 to 3 year exercise, if not more, to come up with a product that people can love and trust.
No, absolutely. And Mr. Agarwal, if you're sitting on the investment table and taking a decision when it comes to Temple, what would make you write a check and what would stop you?
Well, see, Deepinder Goyal has built one of the largest companies in India. It is part of NSE's Nifty and also Sensex.
Right.
You would want to believe that he can build a lot of interesting technology. He can also put together a very good team who can do the job. So if I was given an option to invest in the company, I would definitely invest. Whether I would invest at this point, at this valuation or not, is a different question. But people like them who have built some large company and have proven themselves, definitely make a strong case for raising investment. Whether this particular size of round will work for our firm, that's a separate question altogether.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of moving pieces right now, and it's too quick to be making that decision. I wouldn't push you into a corner with that then, but quickly just wrapping up, just wanted to get closing comments here. Is there a caveat that you see when it comes to this particular venture? Is there something that you're looking at a little more closely, leaning into the fine print?
What is likely to happen is that when this form factor becomes well known, when they have managed to solve a few key problems that are likely to happen to all products of this nature, more people will be able to solve the same problem. Whether they go to China and bring something like this, or they build it all in-house in India, is of course both options exist. But there will be more companies building something similar. This will not be the only company, and hence this is an exciting space. What also this makes everyone aware of is that wearable market is here to stay, and people who are caring about health and fitness is a very large market themselves to target for electronic companies.
Absolutely, it's a very unique market. It's a market that, you know, goes with its own strengths and weaknesses that we should be looking at more closely as and when, you know, this really unfolds. But this is definitely a very interesting start, a very new venture that you're looking at right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal, for taking time out and joining us.
Thank you for having me.